Okay, guys, we're at Hot Springs and we've got a hiker, and you know what happened. I get real happy if I get a hiker that'll want to talk to me. So we're going to get his trail name, a little bit about him, where he's from, and we'll ask him some other questions.
Alrighty, I'm Mad Monkeys. My Instagram account is JE_Mad_Monkey, and originally I was dubbed Scout because I was always ahead of the guys, and I'd shoot back information on what was ahead of the trail. But I think somewhere around the bend, I started trading Instagram accounts with fellow hikers. They're like, "Your name's Mad Monkey on your Instagram. That name's way cooler than Scout. Why don't you use that?" And I'm a climber mostly now. I don't backpack as much anymore, so kind of fit. So I just ran with it.
Okay, now can the audience that's watching right now follow your Instagram?
They can.
Okay,
absolutely.
make sure you say it like they need to hear it.
All right, it's at JE_Mad_Monkey.
Okay, I don't know much about Instagram, but those out there watching, I know they know more about it than I do. Okay, now, so when did you start? What was your start date?
Started on March 4th.
March the 4th. And why are you out here? Tell me a little bit back history of why you're out here.
So I'm from Chattanooga, and my first backpacking trip ever was actually the approach trail up to Springer Mountain. And I've hiked in Georgia a lot on the Appalachian Trail, some sections in North Carolina, some sections in Maine. It's just something I've always wanted to do for almost 30 years now. So I'm in the process of moving to Ecuador, and my visa keeps getting delayed. And I've driven across the country since October about 5 times rock climbing, and that was getting expensive with gas going up and hotel bills and all that stuff. So I just literally on a Thursday was like, I think I'm gonna start Monday and through hike. And one of my close friends I went to junior high and high school with was like, "Well, why don't you just wait until Friday? My cousin's going, which is donuts." So we ended up meeting up Thursday, briefly met at a restaurant, talked for about 30 minutes, and got on trail together that Friday, and been together ever since.
No way.
Yeah, so it's been a really cool.
So let me make sure I process what you just said. When did you make your mind up that you were going to hike it this year?
Probably on February 28th, and I started on the 4th.
Did you have all your equipment that you wanted to use a through hike with?
I did. I used to backpack a lot. I've done quite a few through hikes, just nothing of this magnitude and length, like the Wind River Range and the John Muir Trail out in California. You know, shorter 100-mile hikes. So I had all the gear and I have a ton of experience. I've been backpacking since the early 90s, but
Not very many people do attempt a through hike that only have that much lead time in coming out here. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed and lost with words, but I'm going to think about that and probably try to interview you again on some specific questions and ideas about that. Okay, now that you're out here, everything's working well for you, I'm assuming.
oh, it's been great. I guess everybody kind of goes into it with an experience or expectation in their mind of what it's going to be. I know I certainly did. For me, I thought it was going to be all about the actual trail, the actual hiking, but I have found that I've really not paid a whole lot of attention to the trail and the hiking. It's been very much the experience of all the people that I've met along the way. That's really been what this trail has been about. I've met so many amazing people and just so many amazing experiences, and it's just the beginning. So
Do you know that the number one answer when I ask people what the best part about being out here, overwhelmingly, the people.
for sure.
Every time. 98% of people tell me the same answer. It's not about the trail anymore. It's about the people while I'm on the trail.
And I was actually concerned because I'm kind of a little introverted, so I was worried it was going to be too many people, but not at all.
That
Everybody's
surprises
great.
me that you would consider yourself an introvert. I've only been around you a little bit, but I hear a lot of people say that to me, and then I get to talking to them and I say, that's the openest introvert I ever met in my life.
Right.
But now, what about your family? You got any brothers or sisters, and what they think about you being out here?
I think I have one brother. I think most of my family, they know me at this point. I'm always into adventuring and doing crazy things, so I think it's pretty normal. It's not anything surprising when I'm like, hey, I think I'm gonna go walk 2,000 miles starting next week.
Well, that's great. Now, is there anything up the trail that you know about, since you was only talking about it a little while before, that you already are excited about seeing?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I've hiked in the Roan Highlands, but I'm excited to do the entirety of them. I'm very excited for the Grayson Highlands, the 100-mile wilderness I'm very excited about, and the Whites. I've always wanted to do the Presidential Range. That's probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most, actually.
And you don't have a time frame to be through, really, do you?
No, I have a Pacific Crest Trail Sobo permit starting in July, so I might just go ahead and do that too. I'm already in shape.
Wow.
We'll see. I'm very fluid as it happens. I'm just going with it.
Well, I'm going to give you my phone number as soon as we get through this interview, because I want to stay in contact with you, because I got friends on the PCT this year that's hiked the AT. But man, you've got a lot going on. Tell me a little bit about what are you seeing out here that may have surprised you, if anything? The numbers of the people or anything like that?
I would say the thing, honestly, that has surprised me more than anything else, and it is kind of just shocking, I guess would be like, is people starting out with extremely heavy packs and very overpacked packs. When I started backpacking, the only resource I had was Backpacker magazine, and I was that person that went to the Army surplus store and bought a 1970s Alice pack and had an entire box of powdered milk and canned goods, and we thought we were going to hike from Amicalola Falls to Blood Mountain in a day. And I remember passing people on the trail and they're asking us, where are you guys going? We're like, Blood Mountain. And they're like, oh, and this week? And we're like, no, today, you know, and they kind of, okay, good luck with that. And we actually got to the shelter on Springer Mountain, and we slept that night, and we woke up the next day, and you know, I'm probably 20 years old, 19 years old at this point. We were so sore. We stayed in that shelter there at Springer Mountain for 3 days before we could move. And then we went home, and that's when I figured out weight matters. So I didn't have all the resources back then. It was literally Backpacker magazine. But now there's so many YouTube videos and documentations. Like, I would say invest a little bit of time and learn about lightening your load. It'll make such a difference.
I don't like to get the videos very long, and we're about at the time frame I want, but I got to ask you this next question. It sounds like you've done a lot in nature and bicycling and all. What's been the biggest experience of one of those in your life so far?
The biggest experience?
How is this going to compare, I guess is where I'm going with that. If you complete this 2,000 miles, would you have something you've done already that would top this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay. All right. Well, I ain't gonna keep you any longer, because I know you got some buddies inside. We want to interview those too. But I'm gonna ask you if you want to say hello to somebody.
No, I guess just hey to my mom if she's watching.
Hey, you better say hey to Mom. That's the one that put you here in the first place. God bless every step between here and Katahdin. And if you see me on the trail up north, make sure you stop and give me the new information.